Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today we've got, I can't exactly remember which series of the Ruthless Aggression this is, but today we've got the Elite Ruthless Aggression Shelton Benjamin. I'm very excited to have this. I also have another figure on standby to review. I got lucky going to Walmart. I found this on the shelves along with pretty much the rest of the wave, actually going back to the back of the box. Now I actually have two figures out of this wave. I would just need the Cena, but I'm okay with missing out on the Cena. I wouldn't really need it, and if I did get it, I'd probably end up just putting it up on the wall in the box. And I'm not really a mock wrestling collector, so that's kind of strange for me to say. But the figure packaging for the Ruthless Aggression figures it's very beautiful. I love seeing the scratch logo. I just love the red, white, and black packaging. Giving it one more little spin there. But yeah, why don't we get the figure out of its plastic prison and we can get into the action figure review itself, shall we? I'll be right back. Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got the action figure out of his plastic prison, let's go over the accessories. He doesn't really come with much. He comes with an extra set of interchangeable hands. Those are, in fact, mic holding or weapon holding hands, so he can do promos and stuff like that. I always love seeing those hands because I know I can actually use him for a genuine promo. Unlike MVP, where I've either been using similar skin-toned hands to be able to have him hold a microphone and have him be the mouthpiece of my Hurt business in the pig fed, and or just the fact that I think I've been using black gloves the past couple of times, but they're not like molded gloves like the MVP gloves were. They're just plain black mic holding hands, and I just use those because I honestly don't feel like using the MVP gloves when he only has the weird grippy hands and the punch hand sculpt or the fist hand sculpt, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, getting a little too far off topic here. Now, we've also got another ladder accessory, which, it makes sense with Shelton Benjamin. He's very known for doing high spots off of the ladder. Whether he props the ladder up on the ropes and he runs up the rope, or runs up the ladder. But whatever he does, he's very synonymous with that ladder. I'd also say with a steel chair, but I want to say that wasn't as many moments with a steel chair shot. Anyway, doesn't matter. Getting into the figure himself, this is a really nice attire to go with for a classic, simply a retro Shelton Benjamin. The nice white, blue, black, and silver on the tights and the kick pads, it all flows well together. I'm also a big mark for any attire that's in blue, whether it's all blue, just a little bit of blue mixed in. I love the color blue, so this is probably one of my favorite figures of all time in my collection now, and I think you all can kind of see why. Not to mention that Shelton Benjamin growing up was one of my absolute favorites alongside RVD. They just always created really cool high spot moments to remember. And compared to the simple formula of a John Cena match or a Randy Orton match, these guys were high flyers. Shelton Benjamin and RVD were just different for their time. And now I can finally say I have a Shelton Benjamin in my collection. And what a beautiful figure to have, too. And I've been sitting here scouring eBay looking for his gold standard figure. I've been sitting here looking for his Chase variant figure that he's got. The Yeah, the gold standard was the Chase variant, the normal modern day one. You know, I've been looking for any one of the Shelton Benjamins. I have not been able to find it. I finally lucked out and found this guy in the store. Going into the figure a little bit better, because I didn't really do any like deep looks at FTR, I'd say, when I did a review on both of them. The head sculpt, I'd say, is pretty spot on for a classic or a retro Shelton. And honestly, I think just the whole formula choice, including the smaller arms but having the really big jack torso, is quite a nice option. Of course, I might change out the big bulky knee pads at some point. But other than that, everything looks really good. The figure poses around really well. Like, he's got the nice double joint in the elbow. His bicep can rotate. Of course, his hands are interchangeable and they have articulation. He's falling all over the damn place now. Don't start doing a cash wheeler on me, Shelton. I would like you to stand for the rest of this review. But he poses around really well. I lucked out on that. This isn't a Shelton Benjamin I'm going to have to return to Walmart anytime soon. But on top of that, let's just get him in with another like action figure to just kind of like compare his size. Someone notable in my opinion alongside Shelton Benjamin, someone who we mentioned earlier. Oh, I almost thought he was going to... Ooh, he almost did fall over. But Randy Orton, you know, he looks really good alongside a modern day Randy Orton. I know, of course, Shelton Benjamin, he has an arm tattoo here. What are you going to do? I'm not going to take the time to order tattoo decals to put them onto this retro Shelton and then say I have somewhat of a modern day Shelton. It wouldn't feel right to me. But they do scale up pretty well alongside each other, you know. Of course, they're both the same line of figure. And then, if I can get him to stand up properly without having issues with his feet, which is probably going to be the issue I'm going to have trying to stand him up. No, okay. The Johnny Hungy and Shelton Benjamin, they work pretty okay together. I say the Hungy is a little too out of proportion to exactly match up with Shelton Benjamin. But if we're going to be completely honest on my end, that doesn't really bother me too much, as I'm still going to use Johnny Hungy in the pig fed. I still plan to use Shelton Benjamin now that I have him, maybe some point down the line, even if it is just for a one-off appearance. I've got a lot of action figures in my collection. There's no reason why I can't get around to using at least all of them once if I can make this pig fed last long enough. You know what I mean? And I would love to see Shelton Benjamin fight for that baby up there. Or maybe even kind of taking a look over here. I still haven't done anything with this Walter as of recording the FTR review yesterday. But yeah, this Shelton Benjamin is really good. Definitely gonna be on my go buy it tier, guaranteed every time. This Shelton Benjamin, I don't see anybody getting sick of it. But if you don't like Shelton Benjamin, maybe he's not the figure for you. I don't know. But why don't we kind of just wrap everything up now? We'll get into the rating and maybe just talk about a couple of other small things. So, this Shelton Benjamin, as great as it is, I absolutely love the attire. If I'm going to be completely unbiased, this figure is a guaranteed solid 8.5 out of 10. Maybe it would have been nice if we could have gotten like an alternative head sculpt, or maybe a ladder that was breakaway, because this is just your standard normal ladder. It's not a breakaway ladder. And I've got a couple of breakaway ladders, so like It would have been nice to add another one to the collection here. As you can see, breakaway ladder, not breakaway. I thought we were starting to be cool, Mattel. What happened to not being so weak on the accessories? I'm completely kidding there, but I do kind of wish he came with a couple more accessories. Maybe even an extra change of hands. Like you could have given him the Ricochet, I'm gonna shake your hand, Kawhi Leonard slap hands, or whatever MDT, yeah. Whatever MDT calls them. My bad, I had to clear my throat there for a second. But yeah, on that note though, a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me. Almost at a good 9. Honestly, you know what? We'll bump up that score just a little bit more. We'll give him a solid 8.7. He's almost at that 9 for me. Almost a perfect figure. I just wish he came with a little bit more. So out of the 5-star ratings, we'll say he's a good 4.5 out of 5 stars. He's almost there, but he's just missing a couple of small pieces, in my opinion, to fit in the criteria of perfect figure. I don't think I've ever had a figure that is the perfect figure, but I don't know. I've got 2 more figures that I gotta review here in the next couple of days, and they might just take that cake. All I can say is we've got an Ultimate Edition and a Supreme on its way for reviews. So if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, that won't hurt my feelings. It don't bug me at all. But if you do like the content, I do recommend subscribing for future content, as I do plan to continue uploading action figure reviews, and I also do continue to plan on uploading pick fed episodes. If you haven't watched any of my pick fed episodes, all I can say is you're kind of out of luck, as my first episode has been blocked, so I can't really have you watch the whole series so far. But hopefully one of these days I'll have a remaster of that first episode up, and we can just kind of run the pick fed like nothing ever happened with that episode. But on that note, all I can say is I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and maybe you'll luck out and find this great fig too. Peace out, you guys.